Welcome, everyone. It is January 23rd, 2025. We're off to a great start for this new year. New brand partners, new products. Everybody's getting excited about 2025. Everybody let us know how the challenge is going for you. Tonight we have a very special night, and we've got Ricia Adair, my great friend, as I said, helped her move to Mexico. She's been in this marketing and in this industry for over 24 years. She just made it to number 2 in Canada, so we're proud of this lady. She's a leader and then some leader extraordinaire. So grateful to be on her team, and we welcome all of you from all the different teams here tonight. And I'll turn it over to Risha.
Layla, you are the hostess with the mostest. Thank you so much for managing the room. I see we broke over 50. That was
Yeah,
my January goal. So thank you, Todd. It's
yeah.
all about you tonight. This is exciting. We've got Penny on board to help us with testimonies, Jerry on board to help us. Layla, you did a great job. Now we are going to go ahead and get started with the show. Let me know that my screen is coming up and my slides are going to be working for you. How are we doing, Layla? Are we good?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, everybody. My name is Ricia Adair.
What?
Very pleased to meet you. You're good? Sound is good? Okay, good, good, good. So we're talking about weather. I just checked my phone. We are at a beautiful 80 degrees Fahrenheit here in Manzanillo, Mexico. And I'm sorry for you Florida people, but welcome to Canada of the South, right? And we're just getting you ready for the event coming up very soon in Utah, so you can get your ski boots ready to go. Well, Layla told you about this beautiful home, Casa 700 Mangoes. This is our dream home. It's a mini resort, a boutique resort. There's 2 villas, one on the pool deck, one above it with the ocean view, and we live in the upper 2 floors. And it is absolutely gorgeous. We have the $17 million view, our private pool. Everything was fabulous, and we're set until we realized this house was unoccupied for the last 5 months, and the pool was green with algae. The jungle had overgrown. Doorknobs were falling off. Pool pumps were broken. Garage door openers seized. It was just one circus after another. So in a very short period of time, our little nest egg so quickly disappeared. On the bright side, I got a great lesson in Spanish about all things construction. So as we saw these tradesmen coming and going, Mike and I are kind of worried about the financial end of things here. So I married a guy that gets kind of cranky when there's no money in the bank. Go figure about that, right? And I'm the Pollyanna. I figure it'll just come. God will deliver. Well, we had a lot of financial issues, specifically, again, because this house is very expensive. Owning a house in the tropics can be quite the adventure. You see that beautiful beach, flat beach, good 9 mile beach. I could walk it all day long and not lose a single pound. I could go up and down the stairs, swim that ocean. And it's called midlife crisis, I guess, with that muffin top that on the belly that just won't go away. And so here I was suffering from a serious case of FFB, fat, frumpy, and broke. Yep, that's where I was. And when that call came in from Chris and Joni Budd in April, I listened and I heard the drops. I needed to have the drops. I saw the various testimonies on Joni's Facebook page. I saw other people having massive success with this product. And my first thought was, I can't afford it. Really, I'm living the dream in Mexico and I didn't have enough money. But then quickly, my mind said, how can you afford it? So I decided to move away from my massage therapy for a while and take that money and spend it on 2 boxes of drops. That's exactly what I did. One for me to consume and one for me to sell, just like the little boy with the apple cart. Well, we're going to fast forward in just 8 short months. I'm in my 9th month now, but in 8 short months, this is all what happened for us. A brand new goal of getting my king size fridge getting delivered. And that beautiful lady in the pink is my maid. I've never had a maid in my life. I have a maid now, thanks to Partner Co. I have a pool guy and a gardener, so I'm celebrating that. Paint crew came in and splashed gorgeous Mexican colors on my beautiful home. And just recently, we finished the completion of the new shade pergola. Those are all tropical woods that you're looking at, which are critical when you live in the tropics, something that the termites don't want to eat. That was a $5,000 structure. Mike celebrates his brand new motorcycle. He's pretty excited about that. He's like a kid with that bike. I'm telling you, he's so happy. And then Santa Claus brought us a present between Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, several small earthquakes that wrecked our pool, serious pool failure. $10,000 later, and we celebrate January 14th with the pool fixed. And I don't know how many times in that spell I said to my husband, I am so grateful for Partner Co. that financially we could make this repair. We can pay cash money and look after our guests because it's full at the inn right now, right? We're in high season. And recently, I was advised that I had earned the trip to Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic. Get this, I'm 8 months in. I was fat, frumpy, and broke 8 months ago. Now I'm able to fulfill so many dreams, plus earn a five-star vacation. My life has so seriously changed with the information I'm about to share with you tonight. I got to owe it to these guys, John Wadsworth and Darren Zobrist. They're the owners of our company. They just won the Golden Stevie Award for Founding Team of the Year. John comes from a lifetime in the network marketing industry. Darren Zobrist, self-made millionaire from Wall Street. It's quite the story, but these two guys rescued 5 companies in trouble, all of them having stellar products. And together they formed Partner Co. And our slogan is indeed simply better together. In the last few months, I realized there's a whole lot to why I'm feeling like I was. And I found out it's all about my hormones being out of balance. So look at all these circles and how many check marks would you put beside them? Mood swings, low libido, headaches, night sweats, sugar, give me Mexican tres leches cake, weight gain, tiredness and fatigue, insomnia. Anybody, can't get back to sleep in the middle of the night, acne and hot flashes. Well, rest assured, we've got exactly what you're looking for. Over 100 products, all of whom can really help you reach optimal health. Products that will balance your hormones, healthy weight loss, certain increased energy, your immunity system, reduce inflammation, give you nutritious products, collagen. There's so many products and so many athletic products as well, too, for our athletes to increase their performance. I want to first give some credit to Dr. Ray Strand, our Chief Medical Officer. He, along with Dr. Pena and Brett West, oversee over 1,040 annual quality tests, 215 published clinical studies. There's a lot of science behind our products. Dr. Crystal Vance, our Wellness Council President, Kristen White on the Athletic Council. And without a doubt, Brett West is a foremost leader in the world on the product specific to Houston Noni. What excited me, being a Canadian living in Mexico, was the fact that we have a global presence in 59 countries. My people are in Canada, the US, Mexico, overseas. Well, guess what? If someone in Italy is looking at a post on your Facebook and wondering about the drops, you go to the Italian flag, send her a smart link. She clicks on the link with her credit card. The European office fulfills the order, and by next Friday, you get paid. It's that transparent, no international tax numbers, no international licenses, no bureaucracy. It is that simple. I want to bring forward today, right now, a very special man. He is my mentor. He is our leader. He has a master's in nutrition and kinesiology. Todd Rowland is going to speak to us specifically about the products. Todd, are you with us right now?
We are, Ricia. I'm
Okay.
mesmerized with your presentation.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So we're going to come back and have you full screen in just a minute. But right now, you're going to be looking at the slides and you're going to be talking about some products.
You got it. I'll follow
Wonderful.
along with you.
Awesome. Thank you for being here, Todd. Okay, Todd, the screen's all yours.
Okay, so what we have pulled up right now is we call it Skincerity. A company called Newcerity created that product about a decade ago. You could actually go to YouTube and type it in, Skincerity, Newcerity. We bought it. It belongs to Partner Co. now, the exclusive rights, and it is what's called the world's only breathable roll-on mask. And you literally, before you go to bed, you roll it on your face. And by the way, for you women that love night creams or different things that you normally do, Listen, I'm not the leading expert here. I've actually learned this from a lot of Canadian women that are the experts at this, but they would always tell us to go ahead and rub on whatever you normally rub on, and you can put the breathable roll-on mask on top of it. And then in the morning, you just showers off, or you can peel it off. My wife, a lot of times, she'll roll over and I'll peel it off her face for her. But I will tell you, our kids, matter of fact, actually just walked in here. Oh, oh, she's not prepared. I just she said not tonight. But she loves it. She's used it religiously now for I guess ever since it landed with us. And our kids, all when they would get acne, they would roll it on and then peel it off, and their acne was gone the next day. And if you do go to YouTube and do a little bit of your own research, Nucerity, Skincerity, you'll see like really bad scars just almost completely go away. In some cases, completely go away. Eczema, psoriasis, all the different skin conditions, you'll roll it on there. It may take a couple of weeks, but you peel it off each day, and each day it gets a bit better. And the before and after pictures, you'll see these when you do your research, just are mind boggling. I'm a 55-year-old man that, just like Risha, I live at the beach where we all love the sun, and the sun can be a little tough on our white skin, and you'll get sunspots and things. I'll use it every night, and I can just literally see it when I'm religious with it. The sunspots going away. And the next product really correlates very well with that because collagen is well documented to help the skin. It's really good for the connective tissues of your body, your ligaments, your muscle, your lean body composition, and it's mixed with noni, which you briefly mentioned there. Brent West, he's been the head research and developer of our particular noni, which is the Tahitian noni, which is well documented for the top iridoids in the world of any noni, significantly more than other places. But that noni collagen, it's a bit expensive, or I would drink it by the gallon. It just tastes, when you refrigerate that, it just tastes so good. But you get a shot of the best superfood in the world and your collagen in there. And then if you just want to go with the straight noni, there on the next screen, um, this is one that's become a nightly cocktail for me. I actually use the regular noni. You can do noni max. It's a little thicker, a little more potent. You need a little less of it. And it kind of depends on your taste buds, which one you like better. My particular taste buds, I love the noni. And I could give you tons of science, but I think better than the science, we've had the privilege of going to the French Polynesian Islands 2 years in a row now, and this noni grows year round. There's not a season for it. It's constantly new fruit growing and being picked. And so what I would do over there, and I've got videos of it, I interview the Tahitians, and most of them's English is pretty broken, but they will hold the noni up and they'll say, very good for your immune system and your gut, very good for your cardiovascular system. But what they say it's best for is its healing properties. So if you've had surgery, you've hurt something, tremendous to drink. As Risha mentioned, I've got my master's in nutrition, but more than that, it's really been a passion of mine for 35 years. And I follow just a ton of doctors on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and three or four of the doctors that I really have a tremendous amount of research for. They have nothing to do with our company. They don't even know we exist, but they will make posts continually about the noni fruit being equally as potent at stopping cancer cell splitting as chemotherapy. That is not a medical claim. Again, it has nothing to do with even to do with our company. These are just random doctors that I follow. You do your own research there. That's not a partner co-comment. That's just out there in the marketplace. It comes also in these little 2 ounce packages. I think the 2 ounce packages have a slightly different taste, maybe a little bit more blueberryish. Again, I find that some people like this better. I use both. If I'm at home, I do the bottles, but I'm getting ready to fly out early in the morning. There's meetings in Michigan and then on to meet a big group in Utah. So I'll be packing a box of noni to have my travel noni. But you can see there everything from promoting mobility to cardiovascular system, helping with oxidative stress and damage. Really, really powerful adaptogens. It really helps balance your stress, help you with anxiety, supports your mood. There's also a huge studies on PubMed.gov showing its ability to aid in stabilizing blood sugar with type 2 diabetics, pre-diabetics, and what we call the metabolic syndrome before you reach that level. So another great, great product, Risha.
Oh, we lost your sound, Todd. Todd, you're muted.
Yeah, I hit the mute button by accident. Sorry about that. You caught me off guard with it. By the way, that is a beautiful picture. I don't know where that came from, but I just screenshotted it. I don't have that one. It is gorgeous. But let's just start going left to right. On the left is a probiotic. There's about 20 different strands in it, which is very unusual. Most only have one or two or three that you're going to get at Whole Foods. What's called the guaranteed CFU, which means the potency of it, is the highest guarantee that I've ever seen that is actually guaranteed. Some will say it's got XYZ, but then if you read the fine print, it's only guaranteed to a certain level. It was actually brought to us by one of the top gastroenterologists in the world who happens to be in Mexico. He has offices both in Mexico City and out on the West Coast, just north of where Ricia is. But the reason it came to be is in his practice where he deals with diverticulitis, colitis, Crohn's, all those different things. He started about a decade ago developing this, and he started getting some of his patients way better, and in some cases in remission. He launched it with us, and we've heard the same anecdotal stories out here. It is a big, big piece of the weight loss journey, overall gut health, not feeding the bad gut health, the candida, the sugar, cutting their food supply off, helping them die out, and then feeding your body the good bacteria, better immune system, better everything. The next one to it, the orange bottle, is an omega-3 and CoQ10. It's one, by the way, that probiotic only about $40 on the wholesale cost that you'll get for after you pay your $29.95. The Omega Q, again, about a $40 product, but it's actually omega-3 fatty acids and CoQ10. Omega-3 really documented out there in the prevention of deteriorating brains. Prevention of Alzheimer's would be the wrong way to say it, but lots of studies showing it does promote good brain health. And then CoQ10, which is the other ingredient in there, is the catalyst at the cellular level or the mitochondrial level for energy production. Great combination there. The red one behind it is an energy product. We call it Rejuvenex. It's got not only the equivalent of a cup of coffee of green coffee bean extract as far as the caffeine equivalency, but it's got a number of superfoods in it, and two of them, one's a flower and one's a plant leaf. That's chamomile and L-theanine, and they're both common agents. And instead of getting like a lift off and a drop off from a big strong cup of coffee or energy drink, this is more of clarity and focus and sustained energy. And then and by the way, that orange bottle, the Omega Q, is in the physician desk reference here in the United States. Vanali, it comes from, it is a grapeseed extract / vitamin C product. Really good for hair, skin, and nails. They sell it in China. It's their number one selling product. They call it the beauty pill there. It's really good for anything pulmonary, good for immune system, good for cold prevention, anything along those lines. But that one's also in the physician desk reference. And our particular grapeseed extract, it comes from Italy, from some vineyards that are known for their strength and antioxidants. But it also that particular vineyards test for over 600 pesticides. And then the last two bottles, the green ones, the Optimal M, which is a mineral, and the Optimal V, they come in a set. They're also in combination in the physician desk reference. It's one of the most carefully formulated vitamins and minerals on planet Earth. It's got a great amount of folate and different things in it. So it's also a really good prenatal vitamin. And then the MOA, absolutely a miracle product. 36 of the world's best superfoods, 6 medicinal mushrooms, great for inflammation, and just great for cellular nutrition. A great way to get a lot of nutrition in your cells without having to always eat perfect every day, although you should do that in addition. Going fast, Risha, that was a whole lot. And then Sugar Stop, one of our, by the way, your slides are gorgeous. The Sugar Stop is a fiber product. Our whole approved food list that comes with the drops that we're also familiar with, we follow what's called the low glycemic food index. And if you don't know what that is, just Google it. You can actually print off the chart. Always eating the green on the chart. Every now and then you can have a little yellow, never touch the reds. Those are the ones that really spike blood sugar. However, if you've got to have the piece of pie, and that's a good piece of pie if you're going to cheat, I would say that would be a good cheat right there. But if you are going to cheat, the way the low glycemic food index works is 1 gram of fiber cancels out 1 gram of sugar. So you can never drink like apple juice or orange juice. That is a straight sugar spike, which spikes insulin. It's going to make you fat. And it's really bad for you if you have blood sugar problems. but you can have sugar. Well, that's not the right way to put it. If you're gonna have sugar, you can cancel it out with fiber. So let's just say, and I'm guessing that scoop of ice cream and piece of pie probably has about 20 to 25 grams of simple carbs and sugars. That sugar stop, one serving has a net of 10 grams of fiber, but you can double, triple dose it. So if I did two full scoops or two servings worth of sugar stop, that would be 20 grams of fiber. So my net, if that other one had 25, my net in the blood would be about 5 grams. That's how the low glycemic food index works. That was written by a type 2 diabetic doctor, one of the best ever in the country. So one of my favorite things, as a matter of fact, I've already got that in my backpack with Ricia, our newest product that will be launched in Destin. It is a thermogenic. People are going to be so excited. I've been on a test group with it and I'm addicted to it. But literally, right before this call started, I made sure my full brand new thing of Sugar Stop that just came in and my adaptogen, I think it's going to be called Advantage when it launches in Destin. I have both of those in my backpack for travel.
You got me excited about that one, Todd.
Yes, I love it. Uh, I wasn't sure how excited to be at it, and Kristen White got it before I did, and she started keeping a lot of data on it. And then when I got it, I will tell you I had to take two instead of one. But when I started taking two, I had to force myself to eat. It was unbelievable. It just between that and the drops, it just cut me off. And then I see we've got the day and night drops there, which is the same version as our Slenderize here in the United States. They take a herbal approach instead of a homeopathic approach due to some legal um, discrepancies in the different countries, but the
Oh,
results are the same.
Todd, I'm going to jump
Yes.
in. I've got a full section of slides on the drops.
Okay, perfect. All
So
right, so let's go
we'll get to the
straight to
drops
the
in a moment.
shakes. All right, so we'll start with the front and center, the Giving Greens. That's actually an old bag because our new bag now has 2.5 pounds of green vegetables in it. But I think it's about 35 different enzymes, probiotics, greens, nuts, seeds, all in there. But after it's been freeze dried, if that before it was freeze dried, you have 2.5 pounds per serving, 28 servings per bag. The one on the left, we call it Cocoa Boost. It's really simple. It's branched chain amino acids, the three big ones that really promote lean muscle mass. It is a incredibly tasting chocolate that you can make all kind of goodies with. My wife makes a fat bomb, that and coconut oil frozen in a little like a Reese's Pieces pan, and it feels like I'm eating Reese's Pieces at night. But it's healthy fats and a healthy BCAA. You can put both of them in our total meal replacement shake, which is the bag on the right. That meal replacement, Kristen White, and some others, we truly believe that is the best overall meal replacement slash protein shake on the market today, not just because of what it has in it, but because of what it doesn't have in it. Almost always, when a woman is really, really good at trying to eat right, but she can't lose her last 10 pounds, and I get called and get on the phone with them, it's inedible. It is a protein bar or a protein shake with maltodextrin or some ingredient in it that's spiking insulin and not letting it happen. We remove it, we replace it with Pure Nourish, and boom, they burst right through. But besides having 18 grams of pea protein, it's got all your vitamins and minerals. It's also got enzymes, pre-probiotics in it, and it tastes great. It's vanilla flavored, but you can stick that cocoa boost in there, turn it chocolate, get your extra branched chain amino acids, and then throw your greens in there too. I love starting my day with all three and some frozen berries. Never a banana if you're trying to lose weight, though. A banana has this equivalent amount of sugar as a Snickers bar, but your berries are perfect. Frozen strawberry, frozen blueberry, frozen blackberry, frozen raspberry. Just go to the frozen food section. They keep a long time too. Renew. It's hard to say what your favorite product is because I have about 6 or 7 of them, but this is definitely one that I never miss under any circumstance. We have two international patents on this particular product, and it's really simple. Renew through 4 different pathways, of which 2 have patents on it, helps your body to naturally raise its own human growth hormone levels. We are putting no hormones in your body. We are just promoting your pituitary gland to make more of the HGH in your deep REM sleep, which is one of the pathways trackable by your smartwatch. Almost everybody that begins to renew within just 4 or 5 days will see their REM sleep increasing on their smartwatch, sometimes 10 minutes, sometimes 15, sometimes people with bad sleeping patterns, they've seen it increase by as much as an hour. But when you can increase your HGH and you have better sleep, listen, more stamina, better libido. We hear that from both males and females. That is an anecdotal story we hear everywhere we travel. It's going to really, really help promote lean body mass. My wife had been on the drops probably 5 years. They really helped her hormonally. She'd gotten to what we thought was just her ideal weight. She's only 5'3", but she was about 135. We weren't even thinking about her losing more weight. She started the Renew when it first launched, and she really only did it because I told her she should. She didn't really think it would help her. She didn't know why she should take it. But two things occurred. Number one, and we now know why because we went and read it in a book called The Hormone Zone by Dr. Stephen Colbert. Number one is for the first time in her 50s, she became completely hormonal balanced. No more headaches, no more brain fog in the morning time, that energy back up. But about month 4 and 5, which is really when the HGH starts to creep up, it takes a minute for it to happen. She started losing about a pound a week, and she just slowly went from 135 down to about 117, 118, and has stuck there now for over a year. And she didn't change anything. She didn't change her diet. She didn't add another product. This is the only thing that went in. And she's way lighter today than she's been at any point in her 30-year marriage. But youthful skin and hair, HGH in the medical world is called the longevity hormone. It's got to be present for all cellular regeneration. So better hair, better skin, better nails, better everything if you've got good HGH levels. Great, great product. And the drops. We can go through all the science, the day and night drops and or the sunrise, which we're using in both the United States and Canada right now. But those 11 homeopathic ingredients help bring the thyroid into balance, help stabilize blood sugar. They suppress the ghrelin hormone. There's a new ingredient of about 2 years ago that helps with nerve ending damage. We get a lot of anecdotal stories with pain going away in fingers, hands, toes. Really quite amazes me how much I hear that now in the different meetings. But the big thing is it just cuts appetite off. You just don't want the bad foods anymore. And then the second bottle's got the good form of B12. It's called the methylated form. Really, really good for anxiety, stress, good for mood, energy levels. It's got ashwagandha, which is called the mood food. It's got rhodiola. And rhodiola is well documented to stop cortisol secretion, which is our second storage hormone that we release when we're stressed. But you can see everything Ricia's got up there. Better energy, feel younger, help you stay motivated, helps you with stabilizing your mood, everything I was just saying. But the thing about the drops, you don't have to know any of the science. The stories is, I just fall over. There's always somebody. I dealt with a lady this morning that thought they didn't work. There's always somebody that says they're not going to work. But when you have the bird's eye view that I have, I'm going to say the people that say it don't work is less than 5%. The other 95% just rave about it. And the range of things they rage about is mind boggling to me. For somebody who's been in the nutrition world for 35 years, we'll all tell you that everybody's body's different. And it's really hard to find anything that works for everybody. But it's really hard to find anything that works for the masses. The masses get great benefit, whether it's weight loss, feel better, more energy, mood stabilization, hormonal balance, better skin. I hear everything with the drops. They're just really, really a great product. And as Ricia's got up there, you follow the approved food list, which is that low glycemic food index. But more importantly, I'll tell you this. This is free. If you will just drink a gallon of water or a minimum of half your body weight in a purified water a day. Oh, wow, you've got it. How about that? And you see, you drink your water, and if you'll go back one slide now to the approved food list, you will eat the foods that God made, not man, the fruits, the vegetables. You do have to eat the fibrous fruits in the weight loss phase, the nuts, the seeds, the healthy fats. The food industry tricked us that fats were bad for us, and they're not. It's the seed oils that are killing us, and it's the margins and all the things that man made that they tricked us and made us start buying to make all these food companies billionaires. Like, look at this list. There's nobody with sound mind that could ever say this is not what you should be eating from. because it is. And I have people tell me all the time, well, when can I go back and eat normal food? I'm like, what is normal food? Cereal and McDonald's? That's not normal food. That's what's killing us. That's why we're all overweight and not feeling good anymore. Our hormones are out of balance. You drink your water, you eat healthy, and then according to Dr. Strand in his book called Healthy Body, 40 minutes of some type of exercise 4 to 5 days a week, brisk walk, whatever you like to do. And those three things absolutely give you the best chance for a long, healthy life where you're like, Reese, I don't know your age, but I know you're much younger than you look. And I just know that all of us, when we're your age, we want to be walking the 9 Mile beach in Mexico and living our best life. We don't want to be on a cane, all stuck up in a house, and somebody running us back and forth to the doctor. So, uh, I did not. I wasn't prepared for all those products. I'm glad I've been doing this a long time because I'd have been up a world of hurt if I hadn't.
God, you're the master. You're the master. And you pulled through for me. We're going to share some testimonies in a moment, and I'm going to call you back because I want to hear your story about the vision of this company and the opportunity that everyone has in front of them. Thank you so much, Todd. So now you've heard it all. You've heard about how wondrous these products are. Now let's start sharing some testimonies with you. These are real people, real stories, real results. My dear friend Jane in Victoria, look at the difference in her body in 8 weeks. The transition is terrific with most people. Men have hormones too. Alan went from having a big basketball in front of him to, it looks like we've got some intrusion here. I'm going to move forward here. Can you see the lines on the screen?
Yeah, I see them, Risha. I'm not sure where they're coming from.
Is there anybody called Francis in the participant list?
Let me look.
Yes, I am here.
Okay, Francis, by any chance, is that you that's creating the lines?
If it was me, I have no idea what happened. I flipped the page.
Okay, okay,
I
nous
don't
sommes
know.
bien. Okay, alors je vais continuer. All
Okay.
right, Dr. Crystal lost 162 pounds in, it was just a few months actually, and this was several years ago. She still has kept the pounds off. So again, the pounds don't come back. There's a picture of myself sporting a dance in spandex there. I want to take your attention to the top right picture around the bra line, the hips, and the waistband. 13 days later, look at the difference in 13 days, guys. The fat falls off of me. I don't do sit-ups. I'm not into sit-ups at all. I don't do push-ups either. And look at the difference in my body in just 13 days. Tracy Morelli out of West Virginia. Athletes love our products as well. They get far better performance using our products. I'm just going to see if I can get rid of these lines here. Okay, good. We're back on. Sorry about that, Francis. It might have been an internal glitch. Katie, she was recently on our call, 30-day transition. Wow, she's beautiful. James Laponce, 47 pounds in 4 months. Again, these products work for men. Julie Park, chubby, now spelt. April out of Oklahoma. Everyone looks so much younger and so much healthier once they shed the weight. Kevin out of North Carolina. The Hublers, my goodness, these people have a home-based physiotherapy business. Josh tore the science apart in this product just to make sure that it was absolutely every evidence that he needed to present this product to his clients. Being very satisfied with that. The two of them, along with their 5 kids, very busy people, became senior officers in less than a year. So again, too, it's pretty amazing. Senior officers usually indicates it's a check with a comma, a weekly check. So wonderful people, and you could see the difference in their complexion and their face as well. Sheila Pelty, when she was my guest, there wasn't a dry eye in the house. The woman had suffered from the big C, and she was going through the treatment after. She completely destroyed her body. She had shedded 25 pounds and gotten herself super, super healthy again. Chris Bailey, he's a good friend of Todd's, and oh my goodness, he had Lyme disease and couldn't find a solution anywhere until the drops came for him. Now, there you go, Todd. You've seen it all. There's my picture, and I wonder who's that fat lady and how'd she get inside my computer? That picture was just sent to me by Connie, a dear friend on Salt Spring Island. And I don't remember ever being that big, but the camera never lies, right? Well, I said, Mike, put on your turquoise shirt. I'm putting on my turquoise dress. We're going to go down to the pool deck and get some pictures. I can't get over the difference what happened for me again in just 8 short months. Actually, my whole transition happened within 3 months. So it can for you too. Selena, she got her labs back. The doctor's saying you're a super healthy girl. She lost a ton of weight as well. Ashley celebrates that there's no more night sweats and those menopausal symptoms. I was told a statistic that there's a billion people, a billion women going into menopause in 2025. That's a whole lot of people that we can reach out and help with our drops. Her husband, Reese, who is the grand skeptic, he was able to release his Dr. Pepper habit and his bag of Oreo cookies every night before bed, lost 65 pounds. I want to introduce to you now a dear friend of mine. I called her in July and she was in a bad, bad shape. Penny was near death. And the same girl 2 months later is like loving life. Penny, I'm so grateful that you took my call that day. Unmute yourself and please share your story.
I'm so glad I took that call too, Ricia. I'm so grateful to have you as my friend anyways, but grateful you introduced me to these drops. I'll tell you a quick story about me and my journey. It's now been 5 years and 4 months that I worked due to health concerns. I ended up having 5 operations on my stomach in under 6 years. I originally had colon cancer in my lower right stomach. It's all gone now, thankfully. When they took it out, they took it through my solar plexus. That formed into 14 hernias and was half the size of a volleyball, at least all the way around. They pushed that in, put a mesh there, fixed this operation again, lifted this up, got another hernia out from underneath. And then I had just a minor hernia repair for my fifth one. But the problem was I never healed in between each one. And I was in bed for a long time, for 2 years. And in that 2 years, there was a 7-week period where I was never out of bed. My jaw came down, my body contorted over trying to digest foods. My jaw came down, everything was just a mess. And no matter what I tried, I just couldn't get better. I finally was able to have protein shakes with water. I couldn't even do that. I was sort of living on Ripple chips and one sandwich a day with the crust cut off of gluten-free bread. But now I'm able to get nutrition in my body. I'm able to get some exercise in, even though it's just in my bed where I do all my exercise. And I'm still in bed 12 to 14 hours a day and still recovering. But don't I look great? I am.
You do look great.
Thanks. I know. I've got so much energy now. My inflammation went right away. My brain fog is down. I can think now. When I go into a room and I'm like, what am I here for? That's right. Now I know. But it almost scared me. And actually, my mom was scared and my son was scared because they said how my brain wasn't working anymore. And it's working as best it can right now. My digestion totally improved. I still can't eat any fruits and vegetables. I have a avocado, some cooked zucchini, so I don't quite eat off the food list. And I've got a thing for Doritos Cool Ranch. But since the last 5.5 months, I've lost 22 pounds, which is not my primary concern, although I want to lose a little bit more, but I've gotten so healthy. And probably one of the best things I've noticed is that my mood is better. I can cope. And because of my health, I'm living with my 86-year-old mother, which I am so grateful for. I would literally be on the streets without it, but it's very trying sometimes, and my shoulders are up here and you're like that, and now I just sort of cruise through life and can cope much better. So
Wow, I'm
grateful.
so proud of you. And you just finished doing 2 shows, a Christmas show and a women's show. Those
I
shows are
know.
hard on anyone's body, and you pulled it
Holy,
off.
I did. I just pulled off a 2-day first aid course, and I had to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning when my normal time's not to get up till about 9. IPA calls them up earlier now, but I'm still in bed till 10 or 11 just to let my body recuperate. And I was able to get up and go and get there and learn and think, which was phenomenal.
Wow, Penny, I love you so much. And I'm looking forward to you winning one of those beautiful 5-star trips and coming out to the beautiful beaches of the world with us.
I'll see you soon.
Another great testimonial from my dear friend Penny Toner. Life-changing events. This isn't always about losing 20 pounds. People are getting seriously, seriously healthy. Another person who's had an amazing transition, not only with weight loss, but with all things good for his health, is Jerry Windham, my dear friend, who's right now in Utah. He's had a long day of travel, and yet he's volunteered to be with us tonight. Jerry Windham, thank you so much for coming on board and sharing your story with us.
Thank you, Reese, for having us. Like Todd, I love to get on your Zooms, and I learn so much every time I get on there. But yeah, thank you for having me. And it's just it's a journey that we've all kind of got on. Todd came to me about 3.5 years ago, and he kind of laid it out for me and Allison, and it was something that we really needed in our life, but we really didn't know that we needed it, as much as we did. It's kind of that thing. And so Allison says, yes, we're going to do it, but we're not going to get into the business side or do anything like that. Absolutely. We got enough businesses on our hands. We don't need anything like that. So, but we did. She lost 45 pounds and it just made a remarkable journey for her. And since I do a lot of the cooking, because I was a caterer in one of our businesses, so I would love to do the cooking. So cooking for her, I got to lose about 12 pounds too, and I got the challenge. I've already lost about another 6 pounds on the challenge this time, so I'm really having a good time with that. But my transformation was really more than probably just the drops itself, because my job went away when we got into this too, and it just kind of happened at the time that Todd told me, says, really, Jerry, if you can put some time into this, then, you might recover that income that I was losing. I had a telephone company. I had 12 cell phone towers. I had, 60 something employees, 3 shifts, all that kind of stuff. On call 24/7, that whole life. And, all that went away. The government decided some other companies were better at doing that than me. Not complaining. I'm 29 years in high tech. I was tired of it anyway. Cutting edge is not fun. And so I'm glad to be out of that. But I needed the income. I still had the need, as a 55-year-old person, all of a sudden I wasn't the breadwinner anymore. Allison was the breadwinner. So we were kind of having to do other things. And, sometimes for a man, that's not a manly thing. So I had to come back with something, and this was it. And so I thank Todd for introducing me, because this year I recovered that income from that. And, it set us up. We're in Utah having fun. We were in Florida right before the snow, stomping around in shorts down there with my kids. I get to see them. I get to travel. I get to really have a great time. And it's really because of these drops that made us healthy. And you know what? Here's something else that nobody ever talks about too. Well, they kind of do, because she said, now she has the energy to do things. We didn't have the energy to do what we're doing, to work as much as we're doing, and to play as much as we're playing. But now that we own the drops and, the MOA and some of the other products, it's there. It gives you your life back. And I mean, I don't know how to say that to people and them actually believe me when I say it, because not only do you get your life back, but you get paid for it too. And and you're living proof of that. When we see your thing every time, it's something new. And, I'm so proud. And just flying up here on the plane this morning, Allison says, we got to fly and go stay at Ricia's place. So we're going to book that pretty soon, no doubt. Thank you.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to that. Jerry, awesome testimonial. I do remember in a conversation you talked about the shakes.
Yes.
I want you to share that with us tonight, please.
I did. Yes, ma'am, I will. Don't do it a whole lot, but I will for you. So several years ago, we were off at a Chinese restaurant. You get the little spoon with the soup or whatever, and I was trying to eat, and my hand started shaking, and I couldn't stop it. And so I was real good to brace it up on the counter. So, and then I I don't bring my hand to my mouth anymore. I kind of lean to it. And it kind of played into everything. I was really good at hiding it, but really what I had was I call it a central nervous tremor. I really hadn't been diagnosed with anything. I really didn't say anything to anybody much. Allison knew about it. She was concerned, wanted me to get it checked out or whatever. And we went to Salt Lake for one of the annual conventions when they introduced the Renew product that Todd talked about a minute ago. And I started taking that Renew product, and I really noticed a lot of really good things starting to help. But I still had that shake. And I both Kristen White and Todd, and we talked. We wanted to do, she was doing 2 and 3 a day. A lot of these athletes are really up in their performance game. So I said, well, I'm going to try 2 a day or whatever. So I did. I started going morning and night, and just probably within a month, Allison said, are you not shaking? And I didn't even realize it anymore. So now I can eat soup and I don't spray it all over the place, or I can scoop a salad and I don't throw it all over the table. So it's really been a big thing. So if I don't get anything out of it, I've had 3 years without the shakes and I'm tickled to death. So I'm happy at that.
And that's the Renew. Twice you upped your game to 2 Renews a day.
I did. And I don't do it together. I think one of the doctors one of the scientists told me, you get the full dose. So doing 2 does nothing. But if you spread it out over time, you get more time with it. So that's what I did. So
wow.
Morning and
Thank you,
night.
Terry. Thank you so much. And I know you're tired. You've been traveling, and yet you came to my call. So thank you so much. I look forward to giving you a hug and seeing you on Saturday in Salt Lake City.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you again to both you and Allison for helping us out tonight. Do you know, when I invite people to my testimonies, I know Jerry and I know Penny, but so often, like as was mentioned earlier, that I have 6 people a week on my calls, and I don't know what they're going to say. I just know it's a good testimonial, and it just absolutely blows me away. Again, so often it's a lot more than just losing the 20 pounds. There's so many stories that I hear how people's lives have so drastically changed. Now you're wondering, okay, I'm convinced I want them. How do I get the drops? Well, option 1 is you can become a customer and buy retail. I'm from Winnipeg. Nobody in Winnipeg pays retail. So let's talk about wholesale. In the United States, it's a $29.95 one-time lifetime membership. As that, you can get wholesale pricing as a preferred customer, or why not? You're going to tell people about how good you feel. They're going to notice how good you look. So why not get all the tools necessary and build a business and start receiving checks from this company? The Canadian is $37.95 plus tax, and you get everything you need. Again, as human beings, we are going to share our success stories. So with that, why not receive your commission checks from this company? They want to send out money to the people in the field, because more and more people worldwide need to know about these beautiful products that will help them. So on that note, Partner Co does not guarantee any level of income or success to any brand partner. Earnings from the Partner Co compensation plan depends on each brand partner's sales, business skills, ability, and personal application. Now we're going to share with you how to turn your drops into profits. I mentioned in the beginning how I went to Joni's Facebook page and I saw all the testimonials. And Joni says it's a system of growth, Ricia. That's all we do, is we post these testimonials. So first out of the gate, you're going to receive a 30% discount from retail profits, or from retail. So you'll be earning 30% in retail profits right out of the gate. I'm going to give you some examples of starter packages in the United States. There's a 4-pack for $371. How about this? Keep one for yourself and share the other 3. You would profit $222 and free product. If you bought a 10-pack, which is a great advantage for the Americans in the house tonight, a 10-pack is only $88 unit cost, but look at your profits are $800. In Canada, our 4-pack is $455. Again, share 3, earn profits of $250, and keep one for yourself. It just makes sense. Ideally, we would like to help you promote to what we call Ultimate. It is the top pay position in our company. You want to get to Ultimate. Once you get to Ultimate, you've held that qualification for the career with our company. And going to Ultimate is to promote 30 boxes or other products over 30 days. Many people have done that in 2 weeks and 3 weeks. In Canada, you're looking at profits of about $2,500. In the United States at $2,700. And that's how quick your life can turn around. Remember, I told you I bought 2 boxes, one for me, one to sell. And that's how quickly my life turned around, is just taking that first step. So often we are connected to an international market. Somebody on Facebook knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody in Australia. And very quickly, you can have an international business. In 9 months, my business has spread to over 11 countries, and the same can very easily can happen for you. I mentioned the system of growth. It's such a teachable system. This is an example of the app that we help you put on your phone, and all the testimonies, all the replies, all the questions that customers can possibly ask and the related answers, it's all here for you. If you can copy and paste, you can do this system. It's so simple as plug and play. Here's an example of a post on my own website. Rick and Crystal together lost 210 pounds. Who's not going to reply to something like that, right? And when the replies come in, that's it. We start promoting the boxes and people are so happy. It's just wonderful. First, you're going to want to activate your position so you can get paid from the company with a 200 PV order. In a product company, every product bottle box has a point value connected to it. So you're going to want to do that so you can be eligible for commissions. Let's give you some examples. Your 4-pack indeed qualifies you in Canada, as it does qualify you in the United States. I'd like to sweeten the deal with the Renew, because again, too, we've heard from our guest speakers how valuable this product is to your health. The Renew 4-pack plus Renew in Canada is 270 points, and in the United States, it's 278. But I'm going to recommend, especially if you're in the United States, to get at least a 10-pack. But ideally, you get a 20-pack. Your profits have now jumped up to $1,600. Or why not get an ultimate package? Focus on the top paid position right out of the gate. Your profits on your 2,300 investment is $2,700 plus dollars. So again, take advantage of this ultimate pack. Your unit cost is the lowest possible that you can get. That's a great, great deal. Looking forward to the day we got 30 packs in Canada. We are voted the best compensation plan in the industry over thousands of companies. We are paid in 9 different ways. We already talked about the retail profits. The other one is the new volume bonus, and I'll give you a simple example. If you bought a 4-pack, you're activated. Mary says, you know what? I want to buy 2 of those 10 packs, 1,000 points. You would earn 15% commission. That's $150. If you're ultimate, it would be double, $300. A mentor once said to me, Ricia, if the company wants to pay you more money, never, ever leave it on the table. So that's why we want to get you to ultimate right out of the gate. You're also going to want to try with all these different products that we have. I now, after, in the last few months, I've able to experience with the MOA, the Noni. I have every one of them in my pantry. So it's so easy to pick and choose your products. You'll want to have that 100 point volume every month so you can stay qualified to earn your commissions. We have another way of getting paid. It's called base commissions. It's based on the recurring activity that happens in your business. Based on the formula, you get 15%. As any given week, you get paid $250 or more, specific in that base commission category. The company's going to put an extra 15% in a savings bonus account for you. When that account reaches $10,000, you're going to get that magic phone call, and the following Friday, your paycheck is going to be deposited. For the Canadians on the call, it's $10,000 US. At a recent convention, PXP in Orlando, there was 10 people on stage, and that's just recognition from the previous convention. So people are popping these $10,000 checks left, right, and center. Chris and Joni unlocked theirs in only 8 months. And I say, if they can do it, you can do it too. We get paid also in lifestyle credits. You already heard about the trip that I was recently earned to Punta Cana coming up soon. In last April, there was a whole happy bunch that went to the Tahiti trip. Soon after, there's another happy bunch that went to the Bahamas. Punta Cana is coming up, and right after that in June is Bali. So imagine receiving these 5-star vacation trips for building a business, for referring customers, for purchasing your own products, for building a team. My God, the company just wants to spoil you. Recent at this convention, there was over 2,000 people, about 2,100 people, and over 800 of them were actually recognized on stage. over a third of the crowd, and you don't get recognized on stage if you haven't earned the paychecks to back it up. People are doing well, exceptionally well. People that have never done anything like this in the industry. Again, if you can copy and paste, and if you have a Facebook page, we can help you build a Facebook page. This is what it's all about. I want to bring back Mr. Rowland. He is chairperson too. He's number 6 world power ranker out of all the 59 countries that we're in the world. He's highly successful. He has 30 years experience in the industry. He teaches me so much. He hosts our morning IPA call that I highly recommend everybody get out of bed for at 7:15 Pacific time. Todd, I want to share with you now, or have you share with us, why Partner Co? There's a lot of guests on the call tonight. Why would you say Partner Co? You've already talked about these amazing products. Well, let's go ahead and hear what your opinion is on why this is the best, the absolute best possible.
Yeah. By the way, Ricia, you've just been mesmerizing tonight. Your presentation is through the roof. So good. I know why you're so successful now. And I love, one thing I've learned working, everybody from Carol to Russell to you name it. One thing I've learned about the Canadians, y'all are such resilient people. It's, whether you realize it or not, Marlene and all of you guys, you've got it a little harder than we do here in the United States. Your prices are a little higher, except for one thing. When you get paid, it does transfer back good. So when you get that $10,000 savings bonus, it actually is 14,000 Canadian dollars, or like 14,800, I think. So nobody should ever be a customer in Canada. Everybody should be in the business because it's fun getting paid in the US dollar. It's just not fun buying down here when you have to buy the product as a customer. But that being said, there's 2 reasons you should do this. And let's first talk from a personal standpoint. The only reason that I hate being recognized as successful or doing this a long time is because to the brand new person, I quickly become one of them. When in reality, I'm not. I'm a high school football coach that had a wife home with 4 children, and we were trying to do that on a single income of a coach's salary, and we were living paycheck to paycheck. And I found myself on my knees at night praying for help. And we always try to put God in a box, and I did. I was a coach, so I just wanted a better coaching job, a higher paying one, maybe college or SEC or something along those lines. But he sent me this industry called multi-level marketing that at the time about half the people I told about it made fun of me. And I was like, what are you doing? But now I know, because in this business, once you begin to change your life a little bit, you become a life changer. And that's really is almost all coaches, our number one passion isn't just winning football games, it's winning at life. Like taking this 14-year-old kid and putting him out at 18, 19 years old as a man headed into the real world, off to college without his parents, hopefully with some values and some work ethic and some discipline. And, this industry, if you really want to build a big paycheck like you're currently doing, Ricia, then you got to help other people get through the start and start getting better at it. And at some point, put them out on their own, and they're doing their own presentation and they become life changers. So just know that anybody can do it. You just have to be willing to, and you've got to figure out why you would want to do it. Like, what is it in your life that you want that you don't have with what you're currently doing? Time freedom, more income, more cash flow, get out of debt, kids' education, better car, nicer house. I always say money gives people choices. It's freedom is what it is. If you've got enough income, a lot of times you're able to do things when you don't have enough income. And then why Pacific Partner Co. in the industry is the next question. I think the real question that you ask. And I tell people all the time that this, about 2 years ago, it'll be 2 years in February, when, as you mentioned, John and Darren bought the asset of these companies out of a bankruptcy. It literally became the unicorn that I had searched for my entire life in the industry. And I've done really well. I've had no complaints, but I've never had a company that hired this caliber of smart people in all the different departments, from logistics to shipping, general managers. You guys have gotten to meet Lucy, I keep saying it wrong. She's not really the general manager of Canada. She's going to be like the president. of Canada and Greater Asia. There would actually be another general manager coming in under her. She's just running Canada for the time being because she's so good. She cares so much. She listens to the issues, and most importantly, she then gets active trying to get those issues resolved for all of us. And getting the drops on the ground has not been the easiest thing. But I'll tell you one thing, Canada. You may not know this yet. She may have shared it on her weekly call, but she's actually tasked the logistics team now to create and find a manufacturing facility within China. Instead of us trying to get everything registered across the border, we're just going to manufacture within country. And that's really thanks to all of you guys. You guys have
You mean
created
registered,
growth and revenue.
Todd, you mean manufactured in Canada?
Yes, they currently are looking for manufacturing facilities in Canada because when you manufacture in Canada, the laws get way easier. So when we manufacture here and try to get across the borders, Health Canada and all the different agencies up there give us so many problems. But if we come over there and manufacture right from the scratch with all the Canadian laws, much, much easier process. So that was the first thing Lucy recognized when we hit this roadblock early this year when we thought the drops were going to be live. She was like, why are we doing this? Why don't we just manufacture up there? So she's got like all hands are on deck right now. Like all resources are headed that direction. So if she hasn't talked about that yet, I'm probably going to be in trouble with her, but she will be talking about it with you soon. She's already shared it with me. So she's really excited about that, but that's across the board. And then the last thing I'll say about it, we've always had these high quality products. The pay plan has always been the number one ranked pay plan, pays out more than any other comp plan out there. We could always argue how it pays out if you wanted to, if you've been in the industry, but there's no denying this company pays out 51% of the dollars coming in the front door, and the industry average is 38%. So it's about a 12% higher payout than any average company out there in the network marketing industry. But here's what I tell everybody. If you get good at this, there's a lot of network marketing companies you can make money in. And generally speaking, most network marketing companies have a good product. That's the reason they're using our industry to get it out there, because it's all the bad products that eat up store shelf space because the food industries have it all locked down for profitability, and you can't get the real good products on a store shelf. And if you do, you don't have enough advertising to get the marketplace to know it's even there. So really hard to do it that way. It's the best way to move a product to the marketplace is network marketing. But whether it be owners with bad intentions or owners with good intentions and not enough resources, it's really hard to get a company up and going, especially trying to get it to go international and long term. You just study our industry. I have. Very few companies can do it. But when these two owners were able to buy the asset of 100 products in 58 countries with official license to include China out of a bankruptcy and leave all the bad debt behind, it freed them up to put all the resources into hiring all these smart people, to include the best IT guy in the industry, to include the best marketing guy, as we all now are seeing with the new websites and all the marketing material starting to flow out from the company. When you have those resources, you've got a company that can just go skyrocketing. But the way I'm going to end it is, you can make money in almost any company, but it is truly finding a needle in a haystack that you could go spend 5, 6, 7, 8 years in a company and create an asset that your kids will inherit from you and be drawing for the rest of their life. And then maybe their kids inherit from them and be drawing from the rest of their life. And I believe can something happen? Of course it can. I mean, I can't promise you the sun rises tomorrow, but everything is being set up that way. Like they work on a 50 and a 100-year plan on every decision they make. And I can tell you right now, this company can run without the two owners tomorrow. Are they an asset still? You better bet. Darren is a brilliant business guy behind the scenes. John is brilliant, understanding what we all need on the front lines. They're the perfect combination. We need them, but they've got smart people put in all the different areas that if something were to happen to them, the company doesn't have any hiccup. I've never seen a company in this industry like that. This industry is usually very dependent upon an owner and a couple of family members running the company. And something goes astray there, the whole company goes astray. I was a part of a company like that for the first 12 years in the industry. So, Ricia, again, you did a brilliant job. Carol, all of you guys that I've known for a little while, it means the world to me that y'all are here. You had enough trust to stick your toe in and see. Jerry, my cousin who spoke tonight, like they're my most successful family members. They're the ones I was most intimidated. I have a chicken list too, and they were on it. I had never shown them the business. It was a mutual cousin that put us together that day with the body balance and drops. And that was because it really wasn't for the business that day. It was so Allison could feel better. She had reached out and said she might get gastric bypass. And Danessa said, "Oh, no, you're not. You're going to meet with Todd about the body balance and drops." But when Danessa called me, I said, "Danessa, you know, they're the most successful people we know. You just tell me when they'll meet." And I literally made a U-turn and drove 5 hours, spent the night in their small town, and woke up and ate breakfast and showed them that morning. I knew they were going to do the business a long time before they knew they were going to do the business.
Awesome. Awesome. Todd, thank you so much. I do want to close out with this. Many of us are seasoned and a lot of us are brand new, but let's talk about it to both audiences, that there's some companies that choose specifically for the betterment of the shareholders or profits for the company and so on, and there's little communication with the field. You've got direct communication. You sit on the councils. Can we talk a little about that and how the compensation plan is protected?
Yeah. So the comp plan can't change. It's not going to change. They make no changes without. So not just in the United States, but every country has what's called a partners council. I just talked to Lucy this afternoon about this very subject. You guys are going to be part of the North American Council this year. She'll be announcing pretty soon who are on there. But the second you become $1 million a month country with on its own, which she's hoping will be this year by the end of the year, then you're going to have your own partners council in Canada that will be independent of the one here in the United States. It won't be grouped together, and we have to vote on any decision they make. It's really weird because 3 or 4 of us might ask for something, a new promotion, something like that. And they're like, they'll run it by the owners. When the owners get approval, then it's got to go back to the partners council and get voted on and get approval. So like a decision here is really slow to be made, which is really good if you want a long-term company. It can sometimes be aggravating, like, hurry up, get this out there. We need it yesterday. But very, very thought out, very procedural. There is what's called a Bill of Rights. You'll find that on our website. That Bill of Rights tells you the comp plan can't be changed. You can be dismissed from the company if you were to leave and go to another company, cross recruit, cause people damage in their business. But you would still have to be voted out by what's called the Founders Club. It would have to be taken in front of them. If the owners decided to remove you, the founders can bring you back in and override the owners. But if you just go to another company and do whatever, you have no repercussions here. The owners always say if they think there's something better, let them go do it. Just don't bother the people that are here. So I wouldn't advise you to do that, but it's really neat to have a company that's not out to take your paycheck. They want you to draw a paycheck the rest of your life. And here's what I will say. And my wife says this a lot when I hear her speak, when I kind of overhear her on a Zoom, but these two owners are already rich. We've been around this industry for a really long time, and we've seen a lot of people go from nothing to, $100,000, $200,000 a month incomes over the course of 6, 7, 8 years. And I've seen money change people. And, I've seen money not change people. The guy who was my mentor that a lot of you know well, who made $1 million a month, he had a famous statement that says, money doesn't change you. It makes you more of who you are. If you're a drunk, you'll drink better liquor. If you're a good person and like to give, you'll give more. So you just become more of what you are. So you really never know what's under the skin there. But I will tell you, these owners have already been tested. I don't know that Darren is a billionaire, but I can promise you he ain't a millionaire. He's got hundreds of millions of dollars. He sold a sushi grade tuna company to Bumblebee Tuna. He already lives in a $20 million house in Puerto Rico behind big double gates before he ever owned this company. And John had already been making $5 million a year as a rep for many years in network marketing. These guys, and lived in the same subdivision. They were already retired in Puerto Rico for a long time. They've already enjoyed life. What Darren needed specifically was purpose. If you ever get to know him, he'd spent several years in retirement and he just needed purpose, something that he could pour his life into for the rest of his life. And the last thing I'll say about Darren in particular is he lost about 40 pounds before he bought this company. When he retired to Puerto Rico with all the money after the big sale of that company, the sushi grade tuna company, the Bumblebee Tuna, he went to the doctor and the doctor said, Darren, he said, you have high triglycerides. Your bad cholesterol is way high. Your blood pressure is elevated. your body's not healthy, and if you don't make some changes in your life, somebody else is going to be spending your money. And he found a book online called Bright Line Eating. He shared this with me the first time I ever met him. I met him one time before, but when I got to talk to him the first time at length, and he said he read that book called Bright Line Eating, and the moral of the book was it was written by a neurologist, and this neurologist wrote the book because she said I could not figure out why otherwise highly disciplined, successful people could not lose weight and eat right. And after doing her study, she wrote Bright Line Eating. And what she said was if you put a brain under the imaging, it lights up brighter than with sugar on it than it does with cocaine on it. And the moral of the story was is sugar is more addicting than cocaine. But what the book is called Bright Line Eating was is because until you draw a bright line, you never win the battle. And she makes this correlation that if you were addicted to cocaine and you had made a decision to stop using cocaine and go to rehab, and when you got to rehab, you said, well, can I just have cocaine on Saturday? The rehab people would say, of course you can't have cocaine just on Saturdays. You'll relapse. Well, can I just have it once a month? If I do everything perfect for all this time, I need to have one fun weekend. Well, no, you'll relapse. What about once a year? So she says that is the problem with sugar is that it is actually more addicting than cocaine. So we eat right, we eat right, and then we go cheat. We put that pie that Risha had sitting there on that screen with the sugar stop, and we put it in us, and then all of a sudden we eat that pie, and what do we want? We want another piece. And then the next day we wake up and we're back into having to make a decision not to eat it. And then 3 or 4 days we're on the sugar and it's like, oh, it consumes us again. And there we go, stopping at the gas station, making wrong decisions or whatever it may be. So I would just encourage you, draw a bright line, both physically and financially. The bright line physically is don't do the things you shouldn't do if it's not on the approved food list. Go all in until you arrive at your destination. And if you don't want to go back to what you used to be, never cross the bright line. I wish I could say I never crossed the bright line. I'm not going to tell you I don't, but I don't do it often because it really hurts me. I have to work really hard. Although I have the knowledge, my body, I do not have the genetics. I have to fight for everything. It is a work in progress every day to maintain a healthy body for me. My wife is much luckier. She can get away with a lot more stuff than I can. And I always tell people life is not fair. Just the second you realize it and accept it, your life's going to be a lot happier. It's just not fair. And then financially, just make your commitment is, I know some of you are out there in Vancouver getting on that IPA call at 7 a.m. in the morning. That's a commitment. Like that's a heavy, heavy commitment. That's early. Who wants to get up and get on a call at 7 a.m.? I know I don't, but just do it as much as you can. The consistency of hearing all of these successful people share. I'll just tell you, I've never heard this before. Like, I've gone to great trainings. I've gone to great Super Saturdays. You take notes, you carry it forward a few weeks, maybe one nugget, on a trip. But you literally, if you pay attention all day for 5 days, you pick up 3, 4, 5 nuggets a week. And some of them are just life changing. Figuring out how to pick drop cells back up, how to convert, getting confidence. Sometimes people, because we all have our weak areas. Social media is a weak area for me, but listen to these girls, how they do the lives, and then getting some of them to help me do it. It's just it's I've never seen anything like that before. So it's there if you just have the commitment to show up. I'm probably rambling at this point, Risha. I'm gonna turn it back to you, but thanks for having me on board tonight, and I love you guys in Canada and Mexico.
Thank you so very much. What an amazing, amazing talk. Thank you so much. We're going to wrap things up here. And again, too, Todd Rowland, he's been in the industry for 30 years. We learned so much. The IPA calls are 400, 500 people on any given weekday. So I encourage you to get on the Zooms. So now, how will you know if the products are working specifically for you? Well, you'll definitely have more energy and sleep better. There, you've got your price of admission right there, right? Because a better sleep means a better tomorrow, better decisions. Your mood will be happier. You'll have that increase in libido, so then you'll have a better marriage. The inflammation, you'll see it very quickly in your face go down, in your joints, so you'll feel a lot better, and certainly the scale will help you along. And also the genes will fit a lot better elimination and digestion, less brain fog. That's one of the things that many of my drops customers say to me in the first 3-4 days, that they have less brain fog. Boost in your immunity system and overall sense of being. And gone full circle here, I'm sure in this presentation, hearing our great testimonials tonight, you've been thinking about people you know, your uncle, your sister-in-law, your coworker, your neighbor. All of them are looking at a tick mark anywhere from 3 to 5 on these circles, some as many as 7 to 10. We have what they need. We can help a whole lot of people. So now in summary, I'm going to ask you, and it's very, very simple. You've seen the best of the best products, the best company from the best testimonies and the real stories, real people, real results. Are you a 1, 2, 3, or 4? A 1, we love our customers. I want the drops, prepared to buy retail. That's great. The person that invited you tonight's call will certainly help you with the smart link and get you going on your drops. The 2 is the person like the Winnipeg girl that says, I want to save some money, being a brand partner and a customer. But actually, the Winnipeg girl went one step further and said, I want to save money and earn. That would be a 3rd. And little did that Winnipeg girl know how big the earnings could be in such a short period of time. If we were in a hotel room right now, looking at the people in the chairs, I would ask you, who here has received a check from Partner Co? And every one of you would be holding up your hands except for the guests. That's how powerful our compensation plan is. Together with us, you can live the dream, enjoy all that time, freedom, a body that you love, the financial stability. So when your pool breaks down, the earthquakes come, whatever emergencies happen your way, you have the financial stability. You'll have a great new culture, a community of friends, and beautiful luxury experiences in 5-star vacations. Enrolling is so simple. Our whole program is so simple. So now's the time to join us. It is January 23rd, 2025. Where were you 1 year ago? And how different has your life been in the last 12 months? Well, I can honestly say my life has gone full 360. And yours can happen too, very, very quickly. Penny Toner, we heard how her life changed in 60 days. My God, right? So join us. It's that simple. What have you got to lose? You've got everything to gain, right? There are some side effects, though. You may have to get your rings resized and new jeans, right? And everything else is all such a great big fat win. I want to say thank you again to Todd Rowland, our special guest speaker, to Penny for her awesome testimony, for Jerry Windham and Allison for letting you stay up past your bedtime, Jerry. Thank you so much. For all of our guests and our brand partners that supported the call tonight, and certainly to Layla, my beautiful co-host that made this all happen. We are going to close the room on the recording, actually. If anyone wants to hang out for coffee clutch and ask any questions, if our special guests, I know it's late for everybody, if you want to hang out and answer a few questions, we'd love to have you hang out with us. This is always the best part of the evening. So we're going to sign off the recording and then we'll go into the next FAQs.